Hi everyone and welcome back. I'm very excited to show you this antique junk journal. This is probably one of the best ones I think I've ever made, just because it has a lot of things that are near and dear to me. I tried to get this bottle of hand-picked sea glass, and yes, I picked it. I'm a sea glasser. So I filled this little bottle with sea glass from all of the different places I've been to, including some cobalt blues in there, lots of sea foam and amber. So really, really special. And the reason I'm including it with this is sea glassers have often called and still do these mermaid tears. So that comes as a special little thank you gift for whoever purchases this beautiful, beautiful mermaid journal. So it took me over a year to collect enough mermaid ephemera to make this journal. And it is a big one and it is fantastic. This is not the original picture from this My Book House. It is a rare plate that I got. And I know people are going to say, oh, you should have just sold the plate. That's just not what I do. I think it's better in a collection. And so I know a lot of people digitize these, so I did leave this alone in case the purchaser wants to go ahead and do that. They can. I put some vintage beads from a vintage necklace down the side here and some gold chain. And I want to take you through this amazing, amazing journal, which is going to go in my Etsy shop momentarily. Hyperstamper.etsy.com. And let's go. The original first pages of this vintage book are here. The book itself is 80 years old. Now, you'll see here that I have glued down some pieces that I found in my collection to spell the word love, and that's out of sea glass. And 4 of these pieces are over 100 years old. This one's probably about 80 years old. Yes, I know a lot about sea glass. Sad but true. And in here, this is from the 1950s. It was a book on watercolor, oil painting. And this was a place that I thought mermaids would live. So this is the instructions on how to make it. And then this page here was the final one. I just thought it was beautiful. So you can do that with that what you will. But here is the pièce de résistance, I think, from this collection, is this truly rare mermaid postcard. This was an Atlantic City postcard. You can see from the back how old it is. I'm guessing it's from the 20s or earlier. Mermaid postcards are very, very hard to find. And I know someone has digitized this and has it on Etsy. So if you wanted, you could check that out. But there you go. That's hard for me to part with, but it needs to be in this collection. And then back here is a plate from a 1950s art book. And I just thought, because it was called Ferryman at La Goulée, I know it's very spell wrong, but I thought that might be a place where fishermen might spot a mermaid. And this down here pocket is made from a 1920s spelling book. I just liked the blue, like water. Isn't that beautiful? So that's a good start to our journal, right? This is from 1890s. It's from Demarest's Family Magazine. And this caught my eye at the last second when I was turning pages a year ago. Little teeny tiny mermaid there. So there's a little story there. And again, every single mermaid piece I had is in here. This I included. It's from 1940 Arborite Company. It is a double-sided sample. Really cool. And this one is aqua. So I thought that also would be fun to have in here. Now, here's a cool thing. The most famous mermaid is the one in Denmark. It's the statue in the ocean with the mermaid on the rock. And so I thought, oh, if I could find a Denmark are big on mermaids. So I did find this in my 1955 postage stamp collection. Can you see that? There's a little mermaid there. That just, you have no idea how excited I get when I find these things. I pulled this one from it's actually an antique French dictionary. There were only a handful of color plates, maybe 4 or 5. And I thought, when am I ever going to use the fish one? But it's a mermaid, and there's a seahorse there, and I thought that was perfect. So do with it as you will, but I thought it was pretty cool. Little turtles down here, all things water. And I loved this page because it just looks like coral, and it's from Bookworms, so very delicate, but I just loved it. So I thought it was very sea-like. There's another one of those oil painting pieces here. And then this is not a mermaid piece, but I liked it. So I put it in, and we do have some elves down here. So we've got, in this book, you'll have fairies, elves, and we will find a fairies, mermaids, and unicorns. That's the trifecta of all things magical. This is the Peter Pan story about mermaids, and these would be the mermaids here. And a little story there to go with it. This is a page from my book house from the 50s, and it's all about under the sea. And then here, I liked this one from the 1920s because it says down here how a child wishes to live down there with the mermaids. Isn't that beautiful? Little pouch there. This is just some handmade paper. It's the only thing in here that's not authentic. And this is a gorgeous, gorgeous plate from the early 1900s. And you've got the mermaid here, some on the rocks here, and they are looking up at the castle, and they're drawn by her sweet singing. Mermaids, I guess, have beautiful voices. This is just a little flip book that you can pull out of that belly band there, which is the spine to an antique book, and just filled with antique paper. And look at this one. This is one of my sea glass pieces that I have about 10 of them that are hearts. They're hard to find a sea glass that is a heart. This is a beautiful brown piece, and it's over 100 years old. I can tell by the bubbling in it, and I thought that should live here. I pulled that from a story in an antique book. This is from an old antique book cover, but it's got this diamond pattern in the leather, and I thought that reminded me of mermaid scales. Another mermaid story here from the 50s. Down here, this is just a really cool piece from the 1895, exactly. And I just really liked all of the ads in there. This is another mermaid story, The Mermaid of the Thousand Islands. And you can do a little bit of secret journaling under here and under here. And this is not journal or mermaid related, but it's just a really neat piece from 1942. And I just thought it was fun. You have to have some other fun things in there as well. So lots to look at, lots to play with. This is a really cool, that is how mermaids were depicted more often than before they became glamour gals. This one here, you'll often see in antique books, mermaids looking at a mirror, which is pretty cool. And you'll see here, I've got a sprinkling of sea glass that I'm going to glue in throughout my book. I just came up with it before I was about to turn on the camera, and thought, I can't wait. I'll do that after. This is just a really beautiful vintage hanky that was never used, made in Switzerland. Isn't that lovely? So I just thought it was so pretty, it should be in here. So I wanted at least one vintage hanky. And then this is the story, The Fisherman and His Soul, which is all about the man who finds the beautiful mermaid. And this is just a really fun cluster, little tatted flower there. Here is Neptune and the two mermaids behind him. That is very, very old. That's from the 30s. This is also from 1937 here. Treasure chest. Look at this gorgeous illustration. Oh my gosh, the color is still vibrant. 4 mermaids there. Oh, just beautiful. And this is a vintage doily, and I put it in because it was blue and also had that beautiful, almost like mermaid scales there. There's another wonderful piece here. And I believe that is from Book Trails, possibly. And look at this cute one here from a 1930s children's book. The two little mermaids here and the little children. That's also the Peter Pan story. A secret kept, because I thought mermaids have secrets. And then this is just no mermaid things in here, just some beautiful women from France, Paris, France, because that is the Paris, France Almanac from 1932. And this also, just because it has that beautiful, what I'm going to call a mermaid pattern around here, and that is the cover of a doily book, 29 cents, and that's from the 50s. And then this is just another fun piece here, also from the 50s. I just thought these women were spectacular. These fashions were amazing. So you'll have some fun with that. And here's another postcard here. This one is from 1909. And I chose this one because it looks like a place where mermaids would be swimming and maybe even sitting on the rocks here. So I thought that was cool. This here is from a 1950s book, and that is on glass making. There's a glass fish there. I thought these were just beautiful mermaid-like lace. Oh, this is so fun. Okay, another fun little mermaid down here. This book is a little newer. This one's from the 60s, so it's only 60 years old, but still it gets to be in the collection. And then I have this, look at this gorgeous doily here, just reminding me of A Mermaid's Tale. Mermaids here. And over here as well, this is the Merman. That is from the 50s. And this bird, I always put a bird plate in whenever I can. And this one, I wonder if you can guess why I added this particular bird. It's because all of the iridescent colors. And I just thought, wow, that could be A Mermaid's Tale. It's beautiful. So there we go. Just a little children's book page here. And then this I got from a 1950s book, children's book on shells. That's what mermaids use. They blow into a conch shell. And this is just an absolutely epic plate here from a children's book. It's that hard fuzzy cardstock, and I want to say it's from the oh my gosh, I'm not going to guess the age. It's obviously older than 1930, but the artist there is Frida Rose. Just a little lips of the mermaid here, the little waterfall. And this is a song, The Golden Vanity. And you've got the mermaid again blowing into her conch shell. These Siren Isles, or Sirene. So that is the French word for mermaids. And down here, look at this illustration. Isn't that amazing? It's absolutely stunning. That is from the, oh gosh, 1946. There's the story of the fisherman and his soul again. Here's another one of those amazing images. Look at that. Oh gosh, just spectacular. 1930s children's book here, and you've got the mermaid who is sailing in her clamshell being drawn by the fish. Isn't that fun? It's your little mermaid tail there. And then here's just an adorable little children's book page here with the little mermaid tugging on the fishing line. I can't even tell you how much fun I have making this book. Just a fun receipt here, and another one here from 1916 from the First National Bank. And that's just because you got to have lots of ephemera in your books, even if they're not mermaid related. But look at this one. Wow. Isn't that amazing? This is from the 1940s. Look at her hair. Oh, just fantastic. A little different kind of mermaid. And then I just pulled these. They're from the 1800s. I thought they were beautiful little poems. Treasure trove. That kind of reminds me of where you might find a mermaid as well in an underground cave. Little antique book fish here. And I thought that looked like the bottom of A Mermaid's Tale. So I taped that one in, glued it in. And this is another one from the My Book House series. We've got the mermaids and Neptune. Neptune shows up a lot with mermaids, I've found out. And here's that French dictionary, antique French dictionary with the unicorns. So yeah, there you go. There's your trifecta. And this is from a 1930s book as well. And we've got the little fairies. Isn't that fantastic? So we got fairies, unicorns, and mermaids. Ta-da! I did it. And there on the last page is another mermaid song. So I hope you love it and enjoyed watching that. And whoever owns this, thank you in advance because I think it's super special. Bye for now.